Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's a little at 9:45, and it is the 19th of May, and we started off with clouds, a cool day, rain, got quite a bit of rain, and then the sun came out like in the evening. We had a couple hours of sunshine out there, and of course I had to get outside, back to Massapequa Lake again, and I finally got to see a little more of what I wanted to, because I didn't quite see it last night. And then we had some of these billowing clouds develop as we got towards sunset, and I got back in Mineola. We had some really billowing clouds, and I almost thought we were going to get see a thunderstorm or something, but nothing ever came of it. It's just leftover from some of the convection that was upstate that was going on earlier. You can see mostly clear skies over us once again right now, but we are going to be definitely dealing with more rain chances as we get into the future. If I go to the Ventus sky, we look at the radar right now, you'll see that there's nothing on it, but if we go back to around 8:30, still nothing on it. Okay, let me go back here. It's a remnant of a shower. Why is nothing showing up here? There it is. Oh, this is the remnant. Yeah, that's it right there. It was actually a thunderstorm. So it was just a remnant of the instability, but nothing really ever happened from it. So looking at our current temperatures, we're in the mid 50s. It's a cool day out there, but I still got to run the air conditioner here because I've got the alley of hell outside, so I have to keep the AC on. You can see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, and dew points. It's a little damp out there with dew points in the upper 50s too. So definitely feeling a little more dampness, a little more humidity. As we go in toward New Jersey, I think it's a little warmer over there. Yeah, we got 62, and then as you head toward Philadelphia, look at that, near 70. So that's the warmer air that we're going to have to start dealing with, especially as we get into Saturday. So let's look at how much rainfall we got today and what our highs were. I guess we'll first start off with the highs. So here are the highs. And it was pretty cool day. If they would load, that would be awesome. If they don't, man, I don't get this site. Really needs work because it's too damn slow. It's not acceptable. Underground can load just fine. I'm not gonna. You know what? We don't need to see the highs. Let's try for the rainfall. Being that we can't get that. Let's try for the rainfall. If it doesn't work with that, I'm just going to go to the underground site. All right, I guess it's down, so let's just go to the underground site. I would have liked to have seen the highs today, but we're going to have to. So I wish the underground would show the highs, but it doesn't. So let's look at how much rainfall we got across the area. And some areas got quite a bit of rain. Looks like we've got over an inch in parts of Nassau County, particularly along the South Shore. And I could tell when I was at Massapequa Lake, that lake looked pretty full. And you can see, yeah, over an inch of rain in a lot of areas, 1.32. So we a little overperformed a little bit there. Toward the South Shore, quite a bit of rain there, 1 inch and a quarter. And as we head out east, still some decent rainfall amounts, still over an inch there, reported at Lakeland. So over an inch in many areas. Out in Suffolk County, also around an inch of rain. So, yeah, we got quite a bit of rain from those showers. And then as you head west, though, I'm seeing some reports of hardly any. As you head west into the city, a little less rain there, 3/4 of an inch. Some of these aren't reporting. Staten Island got quite a bit. I have a feeling New Jersey as well. Let's see, Toms River, 3/4 of an inch. So anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a quarter of rain generally across the area. Now, unfortunately, we can't look at the highs because like I said, the weather and hazard site is not having issues today. So we'll have to just look at it this way. And the high temperatures at Islip today, looks like it only got up to 61 degrees at Islip. That's all it got up to today. If we want to go and look and see what it was like further south. Unfortunately, we all know the deal with Miller Air Park. It doesn't work. But we can do McGuire Air Force Base here. So 65, and they got up to 73. So probably around 70 in Toms River. A little definitely warmer there. And they probably also had more sunshine, too. The sun was out earlier there as well. So let's go look at what we have coming our way. And you can see this is the area that brought us the rain. A little low-pressure system there tomorrow. And we're going to have another little We're going to have a strong southerly flow tomorrow. You can see, looking at those isobars there, a strong southerly flow over Long Island. And then we have the ridge build for Saturday. And that's Saturday's going to be the worst day with that killer west wind. And then as we head to Sunday, we're going to have another day of heat, but a little more of a sea breeze. And this cold front slowly approaches, and the models keep slowing it down. And they want to have it stalled just to the south of us, which may keep clouds around, but at least it'll wind up being more comfortable as you get into Tuesday. But yeah, kind of that ridge is gonna definitely be playing hard. We're gonna be battling that ridge from time to time. So let's look at the HRRR. 0Z HRRR. So we have most of the 0Z in, and let's go ahead and look at that. So we should be dry overnight, but there's a chance of thunderstorms, and this isn't actually an impressive complex that the HRRR keeps developing here, and it almost looks like a derecho when you look at it. This is tomorrow afternoon, Friday afternoon. You can see this derecho approaching us, and actually holds together. This is like a derecho. This looks like straight line wind possibility with this line here that we could see. It's actually with the warm front. That's gonna. I guess that's what causing it. I'm guessing. What kind of mechanism else is causing it in the atmosphere? Warm front or a little like disturbance. It's gonna be a little disturbance there, but that you can see that bowing effect there. This would come through our area approximately. We're gonna have to watch this. Probably 6 o'clock or so. We may have to watch this line here come through. It may fall apart. Looks like it does fall apart over Long Island, but Jersey, it may hold together, and that's going to bring us a chance of rain. Either way, we're going to be dealing with the chance of rain, and then it could be a rainy mess that could linger until around 9 or 10 o'clock, and then it finally moves on out of here. We'll have to see what happens, but that's impressive right there. That's impressive, and then after that, we're going to deal with the warmth. Now, because I saw that, now we got to check the Storm Prediction Center and see if they actually have us at a risk for severe weather tomorrow, because that they have a little marginal risk over there for us. You can see that little marginal risk, so we're gonna have to keep that. I know it's just a models predicting this. It's just one model. We're gonna have to look at a couple of models and see, but you can see it's almost like a mesoscale convective complex there that's forming there. A little disturbance there forming. So now let's go and look at the dew points and wind flow as we head into tomorrow. So you see southeasterly flow tomorrow, keeps us cool. But you'll see in Jersey, it's much warmer. Well, these are the dew points, but the dew points are much higher in Jersey. That's that warm front. All right. And then that finally moves through, and then we start, you can see, we go from southeasterly, and then here we are Saturday with a killer, almost a very light winds, and almost like a light westerly wind. Dew points could be near 70 degrees. That is very unusual for May. So these are the dew points we're looking at, all right? These aren't the air temperatures. These are the dew points, all right? So Saturday could feel even worse than what it is because it's going to be very humid too. So tomorrow, one more day on Long Island where it'll be fairly cool. But if you're in Jersey, you're going to be near the 80-degree mark, if not over that. But Long Island, you can see we're going to be mainly in the upper 60s to around 70 for tomorrow with that marine influence. And then look what happens as we get into Saturday. Wow, it actually shows us not being as bad on Saturday. That's interesting. I thought for sure. So maybe it's trying to bring some kind of marine flow in. Only has us in the 80s now, mid-80s, but very humid, whereas Jersey could be near 90. So this is an interesting change on the model. I'm not going to get too optimistic, but it is showing a significant sea breeze for Saturday that would keep us from dealing with 90 degrees. So that's at least some good news there on the HRRR model. However, there are more models to look at. And let's go to the GFX next, because now that we have these differences, you can see similar for tomorrow, but let's see what the GFS does for Saturday. So it seems like it's backed off just slightly on the heat. It looks like it's got a little area of near 90 degrees on the North Shore there, 90s in Jersey, but it seems like it's trying to develop more of a sea breeze. You can see it's definitely trying to develop more of a sea breeze, and these are the dew points. Dew points are a little lower on the GFS. The HRRR may be overdoing it a little bit. But there are your dew points. And then, again, we deal with it on Sunday again. But you'll see more of a southerly flow on Sunday there. So it's a Sunday. And you'll see temperatures won't be 90 degrees on long. I'll probably have low to mid 80s. And again, cooler on the South Shore. You're going to still deal with 90 in Jersey. Front comes through Monday, and then we start in relief. But it does get hung up to the south, which could keep clouds around. But it will be a lot more comfortable at least. But it could get hung up to the south with a little stall front syndrome because, of course, that ridge doesn't want to go willingly. And it also has to do with the jet stream, too, which we'll talk about a little more toward the end of this video. So let's go look at some of the other models regarding that line of thunderstorms. So I'm going to go to the NAM 12, and we're going to look at this parameter here. And yeah, I know, not enough of the 0Z, and I only have the 18Z. But let's see if the NAM develops this complex at all. It does not at all. So this is mainly just showing up on the HRRR. So yeah, we have model disagreements, which definitely make it hard. Of course, this is an 18Z run of the NAM. There's the complex, but it's much further north, so it has it taking a completely different path. Very interesting to see that. FV3. This is a high-resolution GFS, and it's only going to go out this far, but there is the complex right there. And it looks like GFS might be mirroring the HRRR. Again, that's all we have on this. So we're going to have to watch this possibility for this complex to develop, bringing some rain and possibly thunderstorms and maybe even strong to severe thunderstorms, especially if you're in New Jersey in the evening. The only other model we could use would be the RGEM, which is, again, a lower resolution model, but you can see it has it mainly going to the north here. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that complex, and see what happens to it. But let's look at the sky cover. Go to the RGEM for that. And tomorrow we'll definitely have some cirrus around. It won't be a completely clear day. There'll be some sunshine, and then the cirrus kind of thickens, and then we'll have to watch for that complex. And then Saturday, we're going to start off with clouds, and then just a hazy, hot, and humid day. Should be plenty of sun, but I don't think it'll be a blue sky at all. And then Sunday, a little less brutal. And again, we'll have to watch. I mean, there'll be a few clouds, but it looks like plenty of sunshine according to the RGEM. But again, we have model differences with this too. So if we go to the NAM sky cover, and this is the 18Z NAM, it's a lot more aggressive with sky cover tomorrow. And then for Saturday, it's definitely less aggressive, but it's showing fog on the South Shore. So again, around the South Shore, you might have some fog. So again, you have these differences in the models. Make it a little hard to forecast the sky cover and where this convective complex is going to go. I'm at HDRPS. All right, so this is the HDRPS. Let's see what it does with this complex. Yeah, it's even got some purples. So it looks like that, and it brings it in a little later, but it does have it fall apart by the time it gets to us and just becomes a rainy mess. So this is the HDRPS, which is sort of like an experimental model here. But I think that's almost all the models. You have the icon as well. This is not going to really... The resolution on this is not that great. But you can see all the differences in these models. It makes it a little tricky. We also have the European fast. We have the European as well, the full European. Let's see what the European does with the temperatures this is Friday. This European tends to be cool. Yeah, European tends to be cool. I don't really use it for that. I'm just kind of curious about this complex. But if it develops into anything, we'll have to watch and see what happens. Just pay attention to the radar, I guess is what I'll say. As we head into later tomorrow afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, and we'll see what happens with this complex. Let's just go to this Ventu Sky site and show you. We'll fast forward over to Saturday here and show you what it's going to do for Saturday. So here we are at 3 o'clock on Saturday. This is using the ICOM model, so it's definitely showing a sea breeze. So the South Shore would be in the low 70s, maybe even 60s. But in the middle of the island, we'll be dealing with around 80. And if you're on the North Shore, you could be close to 90. So there could be a big difference between the South Shore and the North Shore in the middle of the island. Obviously, if you don't like the heat, the South Shore is going to be the place to be. If you like the heat, then you should be in Jersey, where it could be in the night, well into the 90s, maybe even 100 degrees, close to Tom's River there. even as late as 5 o'clock. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Um, let's go look at the. Uh, this is the icon model, right? So let's go to the GFS. So this is the GFS now. And you'll see GFS is cooler for Long Island. It definitely doesn't have any 90s, but it keeps all the 90s in Jersey. So it has more of an onshore flow. So we'll have to see. It all depends on how strong the sea breeze is. If there's a good sea breeze, then it saves us, and then we don't have to deal with the killer west wind. So the models seem to be a little encouraging here with the strongest southerly flow over Long Island. It kind of shows right here Long Island just enjoying some cooler air, while Jersey is just dealing with unbelievable heat. So this is going to be pretty interesting what's going to happen on Saturday, for sure. It's going to be very interesting. We'll have to see what happens. It's very hard to predict until we get there. It all depends on that wind direction. Hopefully this is a GFS scenario is what sets up, because this is going to be great for us on Long Island. That's for sure. I wonder if there's going to be a fog layer. Is that what? Yeah, it might be a little bit of a fog layer that might come in, because with those high dew points, it might be a fog layer that saves us too as well. So we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.